Hello everyone, we're so happy if you're coming back to join us in the coming days and weeks at the Burlington Seniors Centre. My name's Mandy and I'm here to tell you a little bit about our partial reopening that's underway right now. We're excited to see you if it's your first time too, and we're going to give you a little bit of an orientation so that you can better understand how to prepare and move through the facility in the safest way possible. Right now I'm going to point out to you that there are markers, distance markers, throughout our facility and in our outdoor space. So why don't I start by telling you a little bit about arriving. I'm going to tell you about it first of all, and then we're going to provide an opportunity for you to see us demonstrate what it will look like. So I'm going to draw your attention to this arrival area right now. And you'll see that there are spacing indicators, enough for every person in one of our programs. Right now I'm located at the Burlington Seniors Centre and I am at the north entrance. We also have a middle entrance that I'm going to show you later, and we have our main entrance. If you've been with us before, you're probably very familiar with each of these locations. When you first come to the facility, what you'll do is arrive about 15 minutes prior to the start of your program. You will be directed to either one of these entrances, and you will move through the facility when you're invited to do so. Your instructor will come out and greet you at the door and will start by taking your attendance. The entire time that you're here waiting, we're going to ask that you stand close to the line for the entire duration of the 15 minutes. I'm going to offer you a couple of ideas because you can see today is a beautiful, hot 30-degree day. So you may want to, rain or shine, bring an umbrella that will help shade you while you wait to enter the facility or keep you nice and dry also. You'll also notice that while I'm doing this filming, I have my mask available for when we move inside, but I wanted to make sure that you could all hear me well, so I'm not going to be wearing it while I'm talking to you at this point in time. When you arrive at our facility and exit your car from the parking lot or bus area, you will come out of your vehicle, or as you approach, you will be putting your mask on at that point in time before you take your position here. So I'm going to show you a couple other features that have changed maybe since the last time you were here, and that's the number of signs that are going to be great reminders for you. So on each of our doors prior to entry, you'll see that there is an attention sign asking you to read the information and not join us if you're exhibiting any of the COVID related symptoms. There's also more signs throughout the facility that I'll be pointing out along the way. Another thing that I'd like to remind you about is that you should be bringing all of the items that you require. So if you would like to bring your hat with you to be comfortable while you're waiting outside, please do. Remember that you can wear any kind of mask covering that you would like, whether it's cloth or whether it is a disposable option. And we're asking that everyone also remember to bring their own personal water bottle. Now, each of these items has to remain with you the entire time that you're in the facility. So don't bring too many things, or at least bring something to carry them with so that you're comfortable. Hi everyone, we're just going to demonstrate right now what it looks like when you arrive at the facility and move to the indoor space. I'm going to put my mask on to demonstrate this entire procedure, and you'll see that all of our participants today are already masked and have prepared for the weather conditions because they know that they might be standing for about 10 minutes in this location. Good morning everyone, we're so glad that you're here with us today. My name's Mandy and I'm going to be your instructor today. The first thing I'm going to do is take your attendance right now and also ask you about our online screening process. A reminder to everyone that you need to have completed your online screening prior to arriving each day. It needs to also be completed 1 hour prior to your program start. Is there anyone that wasn't able to complete their screening? people that have not been able to, I'll make a reminder to you today that if you are able to access computers and understand how to use the online system, please continue to use that from today moving forward. We're going to ask you to just wait a few moments while we check with the other folks and move them inside, and then we're going to help you with that process. Good morning, Nick. It's so nice to see you again. I'm just going to take your attendance and ask you, have you completed your online screening?
Yes, I have.
And you had no alerts, and you can go through because you've been cleared. Is that correct?
That's correct, thank you.
Okay, if you'd like to go to the play zone, you can follow the arrows inside. And I'll be right with you.
Thank you.
Good morning. So nice that you're here today.
Hi, thank you.
I'm going to take your attendance, and your name is?
Michael?
Hi, Michael. Is it Michael George?
Chris?
Thank you. And were you able to complete your screening online 1 hour prior to arriving here or less?
Yes, I did.
Thank you. You can also just move around, Marcia, if you could, and enter the building.
Thank you.
Marcia, I'm going to ask you to come with us over to a different station where we're going to help you with the online screening process.
Perfect, thank you.
Right over this way. And you can wait right here. Hi, Marcia. If you'd like to follow me, we'll maintain a nice social distance, and I'm going to invite you into the facility. Looks like everything went great for you, and you were cleared when we helped you out with the online screening. Come on in. We're going to stop off at the hand sanitization station. Great, Marcia, I'm glad you're comfortable because I'm just going to show everybody this station and what it looks like. We will always invite every participant to come in. They will be appropriately distanced, and we're going to invite you to take a pump of the sanitization gel and remind you to sanitize your hands for 15 full seconds. So if you would like to, Marcia. And we're going to invite you to also make sure that you're getting between your fingers while you're doing that, and that it fully absorbs before we move on to our PlayStation. We will have all kinds of information here for anybody that would like to take the time and read it, and we'll also make sure that everybody's following the directions by watching you as you do it. Great, Marcia, you can follow the directional arrow that takes you right into your designated room. And any location in there that's not taken, you can go and sit at, and all of the spaces are already designated at the appropriate distances. Hi everyone, I'm so glad you could join us today in our classroom where we're going to be learning all kinds of new and interesting things. I want to remind everybody that we will every single day run through a checklist of things to just make sure that everyone is following all of our safety protocols. So as your instructor, just be prepared that there will be 2 or 3 minutes where I will do some reminders with you. The first reminder will be all of your material should stay within what we're calling your play zone. And your play zone is just your designated hangout spot while you're joining us for your program today. I'm going to also remind you about the screening process when we say goodbye every day so that you can avoid having to stand in line for us to help you with that process. While our facility is closed right now and we're creating this video just to help you feel more oriented to the facility and all of our systems, I'm going to keep my mask off for just a few moments to point out a few interesting features. You're going to notice that there are many areas like our cloakroom spaces that we've put up tape and signs to ensure that you don't use them. Again, all personal belongings need to stay with you at all times. I want to take this opportunity to talk a little bit about the programs that are being offered right now. As we are in this partial reopening phase, we've selected the kinds of programs that we are permitted to run within indoor spaces and those that can be run in outdoor spaces. And we're also making sure that the programs that are being run are done so in a way that everyone can appropriately social distance. A great example of an area that we can't quite is our snooker area. So you'll notice that there's a taped off area to ensure that nobody goes in and thinks that they can use that space. I want to take this opportunity to also show you that there are more directional markers on the ground, and this will be for a different entrance point that will be entering from the middle area of the senior center, and we'll be entering through the multi-purpose doors. We also will have green signs for a go, which means you can go into this location, and we'll have red signs that will be stop, meaning please don't use this door for entering. Hi, I wanted to remind you that if you're used to coming to the Burlington Seniors Centre, you know that our reception area is typically a bustling location. Right now, while we have reduced numbers in our facility, we won't be using the customer service desk. Instead, we'll be available to help you down at the north end of the building, and your instructors will be able to tell you more about that when you arrive. I also want to point out that there is no fountain use during this time. We do have availability of a bottle filler should you need it. What we're asking that you consider prior to coming, filling up your own bottle, and that will reduce one more of our touch points. Washrooms are available for use, however, they're not available for any change room needs. So we're making sure that people understand that they need to come to the facility in the clothes that they'd like to wear, and that they leave afterwards also. There is a limit of one person in the washroom each time, and there will be a sign indicator on the door that your instructor will tell you more about when you come. So it's just like an airplane. You'll know if it's occupied or not, and you'll know when it's your opportunity to use it if you have to. Our programs right now are just 1 hour long, so if you can plan around that, if that's more convenient for you, then we invite you to do so. I'm going to now introduce you to our newest entrance, and that's our middle entrance. So as a reminder, we have a north entrance for those people that are going to be joining us in the Port Nelson Wellington rooms for a program. We have the middle entrance for those people that are going to be joining us in the boutique and multi-purpose room, and we have our main entrance for people going directly into the auditorium. You'll see that the setup is exactly the same. We have spacers designated for people to line up at. We will invite you in after we've checked for your screening and your attendance, and we will ask those people that need further assistance with online screening to join us down at the north end where we can assist them. I'm going to go into this door so you can see what happens next. Once again, I'm going to point out that we've got information for anyone that needs that to ensure that we're all well aware and educated on our safety standards right now. Every door in each of our facilities has a sanitation station set up with the very same information available and hand pumps and gel sanitizer. We've also got all of our indication markers for pedestrian flow. Doors throughout the facility will be propped open to minimize any touch points. And you'll notice that every single room has an indicator of how many people are permitted in a room. So we've made sure that every room and every space that we're using is complying with the maximum number of people that are allowed to be in that space, and that everyone will have ample room to be socially distanced properly. All this, the pedestrian flow markers are on the ground, so if you're joining us in this middle entrance, you will follow all the way down to your designated program space. So I just want to take this opportunity to show you our other entrance, and that's the main entrance. And you'll see as you look in this direction, we have our social distance spacers available for you too, and we're going to follow exactly the same procedure. So come on in, and I'm going to show you a few more great things. Once again, when you come and join us in the Senior Center by the main entrance, we have directional markers that will take you directly down and into the location where your program will be offered. Once again, once our programs are started, we're going to have all doors propped whenever possible to ensure that we minimize all of our touch points. I wanted to show you a different setup. So this room is set up in a slightly different way. We have chairs indicating ample space between everybody to maintain our social distancing also. You'll see that chairs or standing or sitting or tables will always be set up so that when you enter your play zone, you can seat yourself or stand in location and you'll know exactly where to go when you come to join us. I also want to point out that on many spots throughout the facility, we do have red stop signs that will be available to indicate that we're only using one area to move through. So in this case, these doors are not being used right now, nor are these doors being used. And we're going to ask everyone to please use these doors indicated by the green go sign. Hi everyone, this is the last stop on our journey as I'm orienting you back to the new Burlington Seniors Centre setup. And I want to remind everyone that if you'd like to bring water with you, we encourage you to do so, but there won't be time to gather and have a cup of coffee or a meal before or after each of our programs in this phase of our partial reopening. So our bistro service that you might traditionally know about won't be available. Instead, we found a new way to offer you the same good old things, and that's our Bistro Express program. Bistro Express will be handled solely by our chef, Michael Griss, and we've done that, even though we miss our volunteers very much, we've done that right now to ensure the utmost of safety in all of our procedures by having just one person in the kitchen preparation zone. When you call the number that will be provided when we open up Bistro Express service on August 4th, you can place an order and you can come and pick it up later that day if you'd like to. There's going to be lots more information coming your way, so we'll keep you posted on all of that. There will be designated parking spots, and Michael will be able to come out and indicate when it's time to pull up one car to the curb, pass you your meal order, and then you'll be able to pay by touchless payment only. So more information coming, so stay posted. Thanks so much for joining us today on this little tour. Hi everyone, I'm continuing with our orientation, and this one is for all of our folks that are going to be joining us in our outdoor programs. So if you're not aware, we're running programs in the morning hours and a couple in the early evening hours also. And things are going to follow exactly the same kind of procedures to make sure that you're nice and safe while you're with us and that everyone's following the protocols and safety precautions that are in place. First of all, I wanted to show you where we are meeting. We have 2 meeting spots for outdoor programs, and when you get your Friday afternoon call that will be coming to you prior to your Monday class, we'll make sure that you know exactly where the meeting spot is. Right now, we're meeting, and we're going to show you the area behind Central Arena, where the Burlington Seniors Centre is located to my right, and the community garden area is located to my left. We will be meeting in this parking lot area, and depending on the weather, remember that we're going to be running rain or shine, so we want you to dress appropriately for the warmth, for the heat, for the sunshine, for the rain that might be coming. The only reason that we will be canceling programs is if there's extreme conditions like lightning, thunder, or high winds. So dress for the day and join us with all the fun that we're going to be having in this location. We'll meet here first of all. If you're in the shade, resting and waiting for us to join you, that's perfectly fine. And once we move over to our activity space, we're going to ask you to go to your play zone, just like we showed you we were doing in the indoor space. Depending on the weather conditions, we will be meeting you, as I said, in this general location. and you'll be sure to see us because we're going to be the only people out having lots of fun and inviting you over, socially distancing, and providing a program for you. But we're going to look for appropriate location each day to make sure that we're maximizing the sunshine if we like, the shade if we would like, or a little bit of shelter. So right now we're going to be moving over to a well-shaded area and going to be demonstrating the way that we'll move to our play zone. Hi everyone. I can see right now that one of our participants is just joining us. You might even recognize her. It's Marcia, and she's come to join our class today. I can see that she's getting out. She's decided that she's going to be wearing a mask today during our outdoor activities. A reminder that right now we highly recommend that all participants use a mask when they join us in outdoor spaces, but we'll leave that at your discretion. As regulations change and evolve, you do have the opportunity to take that off in physical activity in an outdoor space. Marcia, it looks like you've got lots of stuff that you're bringing out of your car right now.
Yes, I do. I have a few things I'm going to bring with me today.
I'm going to recommend that when you come to join us in an outdoor space that you actually leave as many of your personal items in your car, if you're arriving by car, as possible, if that's okay with you. Obviously, you can bring it to our workout location if you'd like to, but there's less for you to have to move around if we do change locations a little bit during your workout today. Marcia, if you want to leave some items in there, I see that you've got your workout mat. Everyone participating in our outdoor programs is asked to please bring a yoga mat so that you have your own clean surface that you can take at the end of the day back home with you. Marcia also has something that she's brought along so that she can remain seated for some of the things that we're going to be doing. And we also recommend that if you'd like to bring a lawn chair, you can do that if you would prefer to have a break on occasion. So please consider those things. I see that she also has some adaptive aids, a reminder that we won't be sharing any equipment and we won't be lending any equipment from the Burlington Seniors Centre, but you're welcome to bring whatever makes you most comfortable and able to participate in all that we do. So we're going to socially distance and move over to our meeting spot. Marcia, welcome. If you'd like to wait for us over on one of the designated play zones, you'll see that there's a white dot on the bottom or on the grass, and you can wait for us there.
Perfect.
Hi, if you remembered, I just invited Marcia to come to one of our designated play zones. And that's an area that we've put down on the ground so that everyone can come and be socially distanced and wait for the program to begin. You'll notice that there are enough for 9 participants in each of our programs right now. So when you come to our meeting spot and we move you forward and say, please go to a designated play zone, that's exactly what you're going to be looking for. So I'm going to now continue on and demonstrate our screening process in the outdoor setting. Hi Marcia, looks like you're all ready to go. Have you had an opportunity to complete the online screening?
No, actually I haven't.
Okay, did you know that you need to complete that every single day at least 1 hour or less before the start of our program?
I remember seeing that, but I'm sorry, I didn't have time to do it.
Okay, you do have one option. If you have a smartphone with you or a tablet, you could certainly do that right now, and we can give you the information of how to access the site, and you can complete it all by yourself right now.
Oh, I'll go to my car. My phone's just in my car. I'll just do it quickly on
Great,
my phone.
if you could just make sure that you move through the other individuals
Yes.
with maintaining the social distancing. So just a reminder that in all cases, you are required to complete the screening every single day at least an hour before or less so that you can join in our programs. If for some reason you're unable to complete that screening and pass the clearance on that screening, you won't be able to join us, but we'll make sure that we give you a call later on in the day to discuss it further with you. But we will ask you to leave the program for this day. You can see that Marcia's joining us today and she's brought her yoga mat with her. We are asking that all participants in outdoor activities bring the yoga mat so that they have a comfortable space that they can work out on. So please remember to and she's brought hers with her today. Marcia has brought a chair because there might be times where she feels more comfortable with a chair. You're invited to bring a lawn chair with you if you'd like to also, so please consider that. And she has her tote bag with her so that she can keep any other personal items with her. We do recommend that you wear appropriate footwear for the workout that you are, or the program that you're a part of, and that you wear the clothing that is right for the day. We are going to be operating rain or shine, remember, and any time that you need to take a rest, we are encouraging you to do so. Hi everyone, and this is the last stop on our little orientation. For some of our outdoor program participants, you'll be meeting right by Rotary Youth Center. So you'll notice that we're at 960 Guelph line, and I'm standing right beside the Rotary Youth Center, and you can park right in this location if you'd like to. And for most of our activities, we're going to be meeting right over this way in this nice fielded area behind me. I'm going to show you it a little bit more in just a second, but I'm going to help to orient you just a little bit more. Down towards the end, you will see a soccer field. We have a playground just beside it, and the labyrinth is right across from where I'm talking to you. So let's go over to the field and I'll show you a little bit more over there. It's just behind me. There's a good amount of shade. It's fairly quiet, and it's going to be a lovely spot for your workout or meditation if you're joining us for those programs. Once again, we're going to go through all of the same procedures to make sure that everyone has been screened. Take your attendance, and we'll invite you to a play zone that's going to be designated on the grassy area, just like I showed you in our last clip. We're so looking forward to seeing you soon, and we hope that you can join us at our adult programs this summer.